Alabama heat melts the road to gold.
New faces are with stories untold.
The air is thick, but the dreams are wide.
South African hearts crossing the tide.
Safe in liberty's embrace, where the stars and stripes find space. Sweat rolls down, but the hope runs deep. Alabama heat, Alabama heat. They carry talent in battered bags. No corruption here to plant new flags.
From the ashes of crime, they rise.
With courage burning brighter than sky.
Past may haunt,
But the future sings. Freedom hums on broken wings. Safe in liberty's embrace, where the stars and stripes find space. Sweat rolls down, but the hope runs deep. Alabama heat,
Alabama heat. Humanity hugs like an old ghost.
but here they stand, a living toast to freedom's soil, to the promised land. With careless hands, they take a
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. That's Alabama Heat right here with DJ Silver Eagle on this Monday, March 30th, 2026. How y'all doing? How's it going, everybody? Let me get that picture there. It's kind of bothering me. That doesn't look very professional. Kind of distracting me there, so let's move that. Anyway, how's y'all doing? What's the word? I put a video out for an interview earlier. I hope people found it useful. Overcast day in Johannesburg. Hope you're well. Thank you for everything that you are doing for us, for Afrikaners and other racial minorities. We have some contractual obligations, hence my question. All right, well, it is night out, so you can ask a question if you like, but I need to bring this stream up so I can see it because I cannot follow on the phone very well. So give me a second there. Did you like the interview? Okay. We did again, it was an anonymous one. Sometimes that's what people prefer, and that's perfectly fine. So, all right, back here I can see the chat now. It's coming up. Top chat, I want to see live chat. Switch over. Once this thing stops. RVC is doing well. Okay, let me go back and. Okay, what's going on here? The chat won't go back. Oh, that's why. Okay, live chat. All right, so Anita Krobler, Trippy, Butterfly, Refugee, Road Captain Camp, Carl Rasmus, Martin Fundamava, Carol Ann, Sumari, welcome Sumari, Ron Conradis, Mandy van Rooyen, Thor Fundamesh, Freya Dutoy, El Marie, what's up El Marie? Charles van Olsen, there's one of our longtime folks and a moderator. Elsbeth Bernard, welcome to you. Lucinda Sommers, Diane Humpel, Gesiggy's here. Okay, welcome to Kleber, Arno Fictus. Herr Gillich is here. Good to see him again. Vilma Hearn, Ingrid's Inspirations. Yeah, Alabama Heat's one of the funds. I love that. Zeus Motion, love the hat. Well, thank you. This is an Ariat hat. Guess what? There's an Ariat flagship store here on the Las Vegas Strip. I walked by it a bunch of times, didn't even notice it. Saw it on the way to the ball game tonight, to the hockey game, and I said I had to stop there on the way back, and I got myself this Ariat hat. I had him shape the brim for me. It's got nice, good quality, a nice cocoa color. I thought I'd try that rather than the white. Can't get the black. That's for the bad cowboy. So yeah. I think this suits me very well. What do you guys think? Does this hat suit me well? Yeah, okay. Charles thinks it's a proper hat. Cool. Leslie says, howdy, cowboy. Well, howdy, ma'am. Vilma, RBC's here. Arena Watt, Mark Dahl, welcome to you. Monster Max, have you relocated? Are you finally down there in Lone Star State? Haniki Gota, welcome to you. Charles, okay. Avril Esthuizen, okay. Think of Nouns, and Mr. Kandu. Anime Brinton, that's the kind of hat I like to see. Would love to have. Yeah, and all I need now is a Ford F-350 pickup truck and a couple thousand acres and a John Deere, and I'm all set. Get back to dairy farming. No, I'll just do ranching this time. Teddy Bear, what's up? Overcast day. Lan Foxcraft. Hope you're doing well. You're very welcome. Who else we got here? Leona Watley. Hey, Leona, what's going on? Okay. Do you think it will be too late if we only apply at the end of July? Why would you wait until the end of July to apply? Let me ask you the question. Why would you do that? Do you have some reason? You can always tell them. I don't know if it's changed when you're available to go, but I mean, why would you wait? I don't know if it'll be too late. I don't think so, but I mean, you know, I don't have the answers to that program. I'm just giving my best guess there. Doing a pre-screen next week. Can't wait to be part of the land of the free and home of the brave. Yep. Heute sind wir beide über 12 Jahre alt. Okay. Looks like you're having a lovely time in Las Vegas. Did watch your earlier interview. Well, thank you, Bonnie. I don't know if I'm having a lovely time. It's. I got to tell you, with the hip, it's an effort to walk. I mean, and I'm walking miles, you know, and that's probably not the wisest thing, but not too many miles now. I used to walk 5, 6, 8 miles a day when I was in Vegas. I'm only walking a couple miles a day now. It's a lot. Love the interview. It's just baffling to see some of the refugees' entitlement. I don't know that he had any sense of entitlement. Did I miss something there? Missing Angelique, super doodle dandy. Jemblick, watch your interview with Yaku, some real value in what he had to share. Yeah, no, I think he was, he said good things, and he also was honest about some shortcomings. Christoph Vanga, welcome back, buddy. The Smiths are here. Love the hat. We are moving. Yeah, I've heard the rumor you're moving. I heard the rumor you got a car. Yeah, don't know where you're moving to. I don't think you've told me. If you did, I missed it. Very cool. You guys like the hat. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hat suits well. Yeah, it does. I think it's that this is, man, I mean, I'm ready for the Transvaal. Ek is Koestelerij, die Leon van de West-Transvaal. I'm ready for that. Of course, that's not the kind of hat the old Boers wore. A lot of November people have been called back to a re-interview. But last week for baby's medical, now next week back. Okay, well, that's good movement, Angelique, at least. Prefer the live one on the one shots where their visible body language says it all. Well, I don't have an option, Teddy Bear. It's either interview this way anonymously or there'll be no interview. So a person didn't want to appear on camera. I've interviewed 3 families from Vegas. None want to be on camera. Rockwall, Texas. I have no idea where that's at. Yeah, Martin, I think this is better for me than the white one. I mean, this looks proper. I mean, this looks like I was born to wear this hat, doesn't it? And it was a really good price. And I got a military discount too. So, I mean, I couldn't believe what I paid for this. But damn, sales tax was like 9%. It's outrageous. Okay, quite a level-headed person. Yeah, I thought he was level-headed too. Yeah, okay, thank you for that, Brian Mostart. Well, Chris, I would like to send you an email. Please send me your details. Vicky Sugarling, the email is available on the channel. One of the moderators could please do that. I'm sort of busy right now. Yeah, I like the color too. It's a cocoa color. Yeah, I like that. Found out retire. Link went on hold and had nothing to do with me, but I'm okay. Hasiki, well, you mind sending me that privately so I know, because we've chatted about that. I'm curious. I knew it had nothing to do with you. Or I thought it had nothing to do with you. We applied February this year, but I've not heard anything yet. You can't follow up, Francois Chaba. You can only wait for them. They're not going to answer your email. They don't have the staff for that. Hundreds of thousands of emails. I mean, February, it's been like 3 minutes since you applied. My goodness, man. We have people from February last year that are just now being processed, and some haven't been processed. Seriously? February? This isn't an immigration program. This isn't a visa to come on holiday. This is a refugee program. It takes time. Sure you meant big 350. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, F350. That's what I meant, Teddy Bear. DHS is on hold. Does it mean the program is also on hold? I tried to find stuff on the internet. What do you mean DHS is on hold? What do you mean by that? I don't understand what you mean. They funded everyone but ICE. Road Captain Kev is going to watch it. Well, it's only a 30-minute interview. That's still 7 gigabytes of data. And when I trim it down, it's still a gigabyte. Oh, boy. Somebody for collection would like to post it to you. Oh, Monster Max. Okay. Send me an email or a WhatsApp. Okay. I'll give you an address. Email yesterday confirmed some important information for me, but I believe everything was sorted since last night. Okay, Purple Iris. Well, if you sent me an email last night, I've been sort of busy. I mean, I went to bed, I got up, and I made a video, edited it, recorded, edited it. Then I did a live stream. For the live stream, I went to visit a refugee agency here. I spent 3.5 hours with that refugee agency, more than that, yeah. Almost 4 hours at the refugee agency. And then I dropped 2 South African refugees off at their other complex. And then I went and did the interview. And then I got back here, and it was 5:30. And then I took care of a few items here, and I went over to the game and came back. So I have not had time to look at anything today. Last number, still waiting for. Yeah, see, there you go. Jillian Peterson. Yep. If what happened to Yaku with the rent, will that count against credit? It's not a simple answer. No, not necessarily. It's probably not going to be recorded at a credit agency. He doesn't have a credit record right now. It's early days. It was an administrative error. I talked to the director today, and without mentioning Yaku, he had mentioned this had happened to a couple people. And so he'd investigated personally, and he said, get it done. And then the next day he followed up, the director did, and they hadn't been paid, hadn't been taken care of yet. So I'm going to see him tomorrow. I'm doing an interview with him tomorrow. And then I'm going to have the head of a refugee agency. We're going to talk about what they do for refugees and how it goes. And I think you're going to be very pleasantly surprised. This gentleman's fantastic. We had a lovely visit today. I met every one of his staff members. I saw their storage warehouse where they have donated food and other items and, appliances and such. Looks really good. I prefer this one over the I like it over the white one too. Did you see the Eastern Cape burning the Nigerians want to appoint a king and claim it's... Yeah, I heard that nonsense. Yeah, the straw thing fades by comparison. I agree with you, Charles. The tulips, hopefully, are doing okay. I haven't checked on that. So there's an email from Charles. I'll also put my email up. Sigi says, I will send, thank you, Sigi, because I'm very curious now. Eastern Cape is a mess. Yeah, no doubt about that. That's for sure. Okay, what else we got here? It jumped ahead of me. Oops, there we go. Did I get some food in my beard? Something falling out there. Okay, I'll send it to you. Sigi says, power just went out. Oh, Sally, sorry to hear that. Pat Schultz, Hush Percolis, welcome to you. Michael Elsbeth says, I just want to thank you for all you've done for us. And there are no words to thank you. Well, you're very welcome. You can repay me by simply watching my content and telling 3 other people, getting 3 people to subscribe. If everybody got 3 people to subscribe, this channel would just blossom. Where can I find your WhatsApp number? Got a few questions. You can't, Miss Angelique. You need to send me an email. All right. Thank you, Chris, for all the good info. Look forward to meeting you one day in your say. Thank you, Jillian. So I thought if DHS is on hold, they would hold funding for Church World Service. No. That funding was never held. The money for Church World Service was never held. That's a contract. It's already funded. It's a multi-year contract that was already funded. So that's not in effect. When the government shut down, Church World Service continued to work because they were still being paid because the money was already allocated and authorized. So Church World Services worked throughout October and into November. Yep. Hey, Jaretha, what's going on? Night of Justice. Hendrik van der Linde, welcome to you. Okay. Oops. Eastern Cape was really the most beautiful part of South. I can't say Monster Max. I've never really been otherwise, and no further east than PE, and I don't find that even remotely attractive. I understand there's ridges and valleys and mountains further east. Went to Vegas, went to New York, and did the roller coaster. I haven't seen the roller coaster on yet. It hasn't been on the whole time I've been here. What type of drugs are you looking for? If you ever thought of making a compilation of important community upcoming questions, It's Max again. It's Max. I've done that so many times. Y'all don't watch my content. You know, it's really frustrating. People come on and ask the same damn questions over and over again. I make a video about this. I already saw this coming last year. I made video after video after video. And people just don't watch it. And then people come on and say, what about this? What about that? You know, it's unbelievable. It's not worth the time. You know, I'm not going to keep doing the same thing over and over again. No, you cannot join the army when you come here, Ruan Conradi. You must have a green card. So you'll have to wait 12 months after you arrive before you can apply to join the military. You must meet the height, weight standards, and the age. Thanks to my friend and his wife that are now in Las Vegas and Minri. Minri Gore following you. I don't understand what that means. Oh, so Ruan, you're watching me because folks in Vegas and Minri. Okay. Well, there you go. Somebody got someone to stream. Thank you for subscribing, Ruan. Yeah, you can join the army afterwards as long as you meet the qualifications. Night of Justice, share Colonel's videos, all your family and friends, please. Yeah, 35 grand. Thank you for that. Yep. Ian Moon says they're not working as they should. If they did, we'd be in the same months ago. No, that's not true. You don't know the facts, Ian. You don't know the facts. Lots of people aren't working as the way they should. Lots of things are hitting snags. It's not just church world service. Laws and rules. What are the options for refugees to move between states? There's no rules or laws, Christoph. You move where the hell you want to move. You're a legal resident of America. You have all the rights of an American, with the exception you can't vote. You have to pay taxes. You have to register for selective service if you're a male 18 to 25. You can go where you want to go. You can live where you want to live, as long as you can afford it. There are no rules. Just pick up and move. We got lots of refugees that moved. Some of them unadvised, without good advice, but they did on their own. Yep, you don't need any of that. So, all right, so this is my last night in Vegas. And you can see that I'm not out in the clubs. I'm not out watching shows. So I didn't do any of that stuff. But I tell you, I couldn't resist this hat. And I think I made a good decision on the hat. Thank you, Lynn. Yes and no, Charles. It depends. It depends. I know refugees are relocated and agencies have picked up responsibility for helping them. Yep. Analysis from the date we applied to today from PM 34 days, less Christmas shutdown, and last hold in late March. Okay, Helena. So you took out the 6 weeks in November. You took out the 2 weeks in December. That's 8 weeks. You took out the 1 week in January. That's 9 weeks. And then you took out the 3 weeks in February and March. That's 12 weeks. So you subtract the 3 months from that, and you're saying it's 384 days. Okay. Yeah, Smiths. Yeah, this is me, man. This hat's me. I'm telling you, this is. I'm very happy about this. Well, thank you, Daisy. I appreciate that. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a cowboy. That's right. I'm a cowboy. Yeah. Looks like it's not a Stetson. It's an Ariat. It's an Ariat brand. Yep. Ouch, that's heavy. Ariat. Probably can't read that correctly. It's backwards. Ariat. And you did not get married. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, no, that follows you, man. They got claims on you. It fits with your accent. Well, thank you. Want a hat like that? Yeah. Good choice on the hat, if I ask. Or the right price. No. This hat, they didn't have this model, but this brand of hat and this style of hat cost significantly more near me. Back in Pennsylvania, there's a Western store just down the street. That's where I bought the hat for the Weather Guru, and then I bought that straw hat. The straw hat cost more than this did. I got a great bargain, and I got military discounts. So, yeah, this was fantastic. The Stetsons were actually pretty good, too. Those Stetsons for like $359, pretty good price for a Stetson. Usually when we get Stetsons, are $600 or $700. Are you off the on-demand church to get married to Burmese? No. So as you are in Vegas, when you leave, what is staying in Las Vegas? Nothing. Yeah, if I could see, I would be jealous of that hat. Yeah, that cat in the hat. He would definitely like this hat. Rodeos are fun. You can go to rodeos here, especially out in the West. Yeah, they got hats for more than that. Stetsons are usually about $600-700. Yep. But they had one for $359. That's a hell of a bargain. Well, I didn't look at all of them. I looked at one. It was really nice. But I wanted. I told the guy. I said, look, I'm going to have a hard time telling my audience I went to an Ariat store and bought a Stetson. That's like going to a Ruger store and buying a Beretta. That just doesn't make any sense. You want to buy a Ruger, yeah. This hat didn't cost $700. I wouldn't buy a hat for $700. I don't have a pair of cowboy boots. Not a big fan of cowboy boots. They look good, but wearing them is not so fun. Yeah, I had cowboy boots when I was younger. Not my favorite thing. I wear my Fellies, which match this. In fact, let me get the Fellies. You can see the color's pretty good. It wasn't even my intent. Of course, you know I've got like 5 pairs of Fellies. My felt's good. See? I'll go with the hat pretty well. Not quite the same color, but you know. So I had these out because the ground is so filthy here in Vegas. I scrubbed all the black off these things. It was disgusting because these are brand new. You see a little bit of black still down here, but I got most of it off. So that's why they're out. But I'll pack them up later on. These are, of course, from Freedom of Movement. Great shoes. I got 5 pair. I always buy a pair when I go over. Just an update. Got pickups head off to engineering yesterday and ordered spare parts. Okay, good. I hope it gets sorted sooner, Rudolph. Hey, AJ Quinn, what's up? Are you serious, Marlies Taylor? Are you honestly serious? You applied on the 15th of March, 2026, which is 15 days ago, and you want to know if there's movement applications. Are you serious? First off, how would I know that? Second, 2 weeks? I mean, you do realize people from February sent PRM emails in last year, and those all the way up through May who sent statements of interest all the way through November are still sitting in South Africa, many of them. And you just applied on the 15th of March. You're asking me if there's movement. I seriously doubt there's any movement, but maybe there is. I don't know. You have an unrealistic expectation. What else we got here? What material is hat made of? An Aussie hat was made from hair. Well, yeah, you want to keep this from getting wet. It's good quality leather. See, there's Ariat on the inside. Silk. That's silk up in here. Yep. This has got wool. Yeah. It's 100% wool. This is made from wool. Not hair. But wool is sheep hair, so if you want to look at it that way. Well, thank you, God's girl. Am I feeling better? Yeah, I felt kind of crappy for a little bit, but I'm good. Was it Marlies? That was. Is that who said that? Oh, it was Marlies Taylor. So Marlies Taylor. Marlies wants to know if there's movement after 2 weeks. Oh, my fuck, Marlies. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. Sorry, Marlies. That's not directed at you. You know, I've interviewed that young lady from Namibia. Thank you, Jacobus. Okay. And Ebola loves it too. I love moccasins. Yeah, not my favorite thing. There's a choice between buying a cowboy hat and staying home or going participate in a maelstrom of people, the nightlife Vegas, buy a hat and stay home empty-handed. Yep. Yep. Sent PRM in March 2025. It can be a long process for some folks, Angelique. That's true. Charles sent his PRM email on the 10th of February and he's still waiting. That was the day it opened up. Yes, Charles, but let's be clear. You're not waiting. You're waiting to leave. You've been interviewed. You've done medicals. You've gone through that process. You're just waiting to leave. Well, thank you, Primal Bora. I think it does fit me very well. I should do a video with Bok van Blerk now, you know. It's Tijd om te trek. We'll do a Tijd om te trek song. Applied in May, says Knight of Justice. I went to do my background checks yesterday, says Jacques. Okay. So the hat somehow goes with your surname. I love Westerns. Yep. Doc Martens. I don't wear Doc Martens. Marlies will put this in May and we're still inside. Be patient. The program is going full steam ahead. Yep. Waiting a year. Yeah, you notice that not many people who've come over are chatting. It's all the people still waiting. So I know it's going to happen. When you all get over here, you're going to abandon me too. Just saying a lot of people who applied in January, February, case of moving fast. 3 of my friends are part of this group. Well, yeah, thank you for not helping there, Ebola. We really don't need that. People getting in, you know, person's asking about something after 2 weeks. That's what we're talking about, not January. Okay, hotel looks a lot better than the one in Texas. Well, this is an apartment. It's not a hotel. I've got a bedroom. What do they call those? Not Swiss, Swedish doors, whatever, the ones that shut. And that looks out on the Vegas Strip out here. I can see the Bellagio right next to me, Caesar's Palace, Trump Tower, Planet Hollywood, Flamingo, all that right here. The fountain from Bellagio is right out there. I get some nice show. I showed guys on the air the other night. I got a walk-in closet with a safe. I've got a bathroom with a tub and a shower. I've got a kitchen over here, a dining room behind me, two big screen TVs, and the parking was included. What a good deal that is. Okay, Jacques. Okay, I can't wait to host you. Okay. Won't be the same to not have you part of my day, says Sisigi. Okay. Best advice I heard is to apply, then continue with your life in whatever means possible. Yeah, and who told you that, Christoph? I've been telling you that since day one. I've been telling people that a long time. I've been telling you that it takes years normally for a FT program. You put your application in, you move on with your life. And these people that sell all their stuff because they've been interviewed, that's just brain dead. Who told you to do that? No one told you to do that. No one told you to sell your stuff and get rid of your apartment, ends your lease. That's just nonsense. That's not a smart move. But people do that. They don't listen. Piston's been watching me since long before the FT program under different names. Yeah, that's what I figured. Fred Baronga, what's going on? Used to be a very popular shoe during the 19th, especially with the rock alternative scene. What shoe is that, Carl? First contact with Americaners, 27 March. I don't think the Americaners exist on 27 March, God's girl. You sure about that? I don't think they exist on the 27th of March. They didn't come online until June or July. They didn't exist, and they had to go. Oh, Doc Marks, thank you, Carl. They didn't exist. They had to go convince the State Department to help them. Exactly. They only started in August. That's why I said, yeah, I said June, July. It's actually August. Oh, yeah. So there's no way. Yeah, you meant March this year. Okay. Yeah, I was like, no way, 2025. I mean, didn't exist. Just didn't exist. Anyway. Yeah, so that makes more sense. I'm surprised not more questions tonight. I know it's morning for South Africans. You guys are 9 hours ahead of me, so it's already 8:30 in the morning. It is 11:30 here on not the East Coast, not in central Pennsylvania, ladies and gentlemen, but out here in the desert in the Southwest. That's where I'm at. Yebo. Let me check in something here very quickly. All right, the Golden Knights won 4-2. I left before the game was over. They were leading 3-2 when I left. So cool beans. Must have scored an empty net goal late in the game. Hey, Jillian, I'm scared to ask questions. Well, Ebola, ask your question. You're scared you're not getting answers. This is Night Owls. I'll entertain questions now. Don't link your USA anymore. They're willing to assist us. I have no idea what that question means. Is it true they don't link your USA? What is your USA? Oh, USA Tie, sorry, anymore. Willing to assist us. No, that's not true. Who told you that nonsense? No, I don't head back in the morning, Grant. I don't go back till 11:30. I go back 24 hours from now. 24 hours from now is when I fly. I'm on a red eye flying back overnight. I'll get back to Pennsylvania Wednesday morning. 8:30. 30 what? The SOI kicked off on May 12th. I don't think they were on board then. I think it wasn't until June or July. Somebody said August. The African Americana. Welcome to you. My goodness, you're sorted out in that lovely apartment, Chris. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I could stay here for weeks. Emerald City Refugees over the time zone. Yeah, artificially though. That's because I'm currently on Pacific time. Yes, we're in the same time zone. But you've been missing out. I've been doing earlier streams than this at this hour, on this time zone. Jelly Rider, hello. I think most of us have been here a while, so no questions, because we should know that. Be exactly, Neff. Yep. Well, no, but you can ask me questions about other things, too. My dad had to do a TB test the first time around. The second time, didn't have to do a TB test. Yeah, because the TB time test is valid for longer than 6 months. What's your prediction of when I'll be going out if it's been... I'm not going to bet on that. I've been approved longer than it took from first contact approval. Okay. I'm not a big steak person. I'll eat a steak, but I don't like fat. I don't like gristle. So I'd eat fish instead. Yep. No, Mad Max and Monster Max are two entirely different people. One's in Texas, one's in Virginia. Eugene DeVette, what's going on? Yeah, I'm enjoying Vegas, but remember, I've been working too, folks. I worked Sunday almost all day. I worked almost all day Monday. So Saturday, I didn't work, but I ran and took care of things. So, yeah. Can work in Vegas. I worked in casinos 5 years when I was younger. That's the city never sleeps. I think I'm too old for standing so on my feet anymore. Updated my kids. They know what's going on, but they don't want to leave. I was ashamed to hear that, Wilma. Well, congratulations on that call, 40 hours. Just see if you. The only Elvis impersonator that I saw was at the Golden Knights game, and he appeared on the screen. Table bill to repeal the explicit right to self-determination in South Africa. Well, a bill won't work. They need a constitutional amendment. Yep. Looking forward to seeing the tulips. They're probably dead. I mean, because they only last so long. I can show you the ones outside. Okay. Thank you for 35 Rand. That's question, but the email you. Okay, that's fine, Smiths. Yeah, I probably will create confusion here. Yep. Okay. Oh, God bless it. My foot suddenly just started to get pain there. I've watched a lot of videos. Thank you for the info on how to prepare for what to expect. You're welcome, Francois. Intake questionnaires on hold until the SRFD backlog is cleared. Is that a message you received? All to his glory. Yeah, well, thank you. I'm glad you like the hat. I like it too. That's why I shelled out the money for it. You know, I'm frugal, and I spent the money on this hat. It's not expensive though. It was a good, really good deal. Yep, cheaper than I can get in South Africa, that's for sure. I was surprised here on the strip. I got it for a good price. Plus, I got a military discount. They gave me 10% off, so that was nice. Yep. Just a small question. Did we hear anything from Pet Lift told me they're hoping to get going soon. But don't hold your breath on that. Yeah, I've been watching you earlier videos from 24, really good reviews. Well, thank you for that, Nigel. Let's go back and watch stuff from 2020. It's pretty crazy. But how are you, all honesty? I got to be honest. I'm not old, but I felt old a couple times the past few days. I mean, because of the hip, and because I've put on a little bit of weight, and because I'm not fit, because I'm not exercising anymore. Walking knackered. I was knackered. The other night. I was out for hours. You know, it's just a weird feeling for me. So I need to get back into shape. I'm going to have to come up with a regimen so I can exercise without the hip. So we'll see how that goes. Quick question. In one of the groups it was mentioned if you haven't been denied within 2 weeks of use this interview, there's nothing to worry about. Yeah, that's bullshit, Eugene, to that. That's bullshit. Someone, what scientific evidence is that within 2 weeks? What a total horse crock. Who said something stupid like that in a group? You don't have to answer that question. First off, that's pure poppycock. You always have something to worry about if there's something in investigation. If it's been 2 weeks, you haven't heard anything, you know, that could be good, it could be bad. But here's also the truth. No one's been denied who's eligible, so whoever's saying that's full of crap. This is why you need to stay out of the freaking groups. Quit going to the groups because they're a bunch of bullshitters. They don't know what they're talking about. They know nothing about anything there. No, I'm okay. I'm just, you know, I never felt old. I'm not old, but I felt old. You know, I was tired, sore. Yep. Yes, Anita, I'm gonna do the injection again. It's only supposed to last 3 months. Mine's been over 3 months. It was January 7th, so March, April. So January, February, March, April. Yeah, it'll be like January to February to March. January to February. February to March, March, April. Yeah. So 3 months. So yeah. Whoa, my goodness. There's Westhouse gave 1,000 Rand. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you kindly, sir. Very kind of you. Thank you so much. Ooh, my hair's all messed up now. Wearing that hat messed up my hair. There we go. Thank you so. Oh my. Did you mean to do that twice? Did you mean to do that twice, Westhouse? Please confirm. Wow. Yeah, I'm on Biz News TV, Jelly Rider. I do those interviews every week. Since Neil DeMere passed away, they tried to go with Ronaldo, but then they switched up to me. Thank you for the 2,000 Rand. Yeah. Yeah, look up some exercise without hip movement. Something I can get into aerobic activity. Yep. Yep. Yeah, best advice ever. Stay away from groups. And I've been saying it forever. Also, stay away from bullshitters. You know, there's some people out there that are running their mouths, professing to be something they're not, and misleading people, and their predictions are all too often wrong, and they still have these devout followers. You know, it's just, I don't understand people. Carl, I have no idea why you didn't stump on me other than it's the YouTube censorship. I've been doing this for 6 years since I retired from the Army, and I have produced probably about 8,000 videos, and I have 500,000 view videos. I have 250,000 view videos. I have dozens and dozens of 100 to 200,000 view videos, and YouTube just does a good job of hiding stuff. You know, I'm kind of pissed because I've been making some good videos this week, and they're not getting views. It's really bullshit because YouTube is just hiding this stuff. It really torques me off. And meanwhile, you know, the podcasts of Lotus Eaters who know nothing about South Africa, they do a video to get 100,000 views on it, talking about South Africa. My interview with Yaku has 1,900, but it came out late. The terrorism lawsuit MTN, which is huge news, and the analysis there is spot on, 6,500 views. The petrol price surging and what's going on there, 5,600. The one yesterday, which should have done really well, only has 31,000 views. That's about, did Sir Ramaphosa take a big blunder? You know, 31,000 views. It's just, that's annoying. West House gave another super chat. Hang on, let me get down here and catch up. With a hat like that, Colonel, can I ask that you give some info regarding food stocks? How much is it per meal? And how many are we feeding? I donate some of the funds. Yes, you did. Thank you for that for West House, and they're aware of it. So food stocks, and Carl von Blair, who I don't believe is in the chat, but if he is, he can pipe in. The meals run about $1.50 a packet, US. So that's, what's that? That's well, I think it's about 40 rand. So maybe it's $2, about 40 rand. Maybe it's 40 or 50 rand. And you can feed a family of four on that. And you can make it even more. If you've got some meat, if you want to put some chicken or some beef in there, you can add it to it. It doesn't come with that, but the meals are fine if you add it, and you can stretch it even further. So each one can feed a family of four. Yeah. Yeah. Ebola's been here 5 years now. We still enjoy you every day. Yeah, no, thanks. Chronic pain, lower back pain, cartilage deterioration, and damaged disc. Yeah. Sorry about that, Eugene. Do I have a small Springbok teddy bear? I have small Springboks, but I don't have a teddy bear. No. Okay, what's this? Your opinion, how educated African affairs are U.S.? They're not. Could there be some bias? Yes. Just seems to me that some of the viewers are not necessarily tough. I don't know. I mean, I didn't sit in the interview, so I can't tell you whether it's tough or not. Yeah. Have I heard from Lily? Yeah, Lily and I spoke about a week ago, but I'm very busy, and so is she. I'll get in touch with her. See, the problem is I've got this trip, and then I've got 2 weeks of consulting coming up, so I'm not going to be able to do interviews and coordinate a lot of stuff. So I won't be doing stuff with folks like Lily probably till the third week of April. Yeah, anyway, so back to what I was saying. So, I mean, I've been doing this for a long time. I got about 8,000 videos out there. It's very frustrating that people don't know. I mean, look, I can go anywhere in South Africa and people recognize me. It happens all the time, everywhere I go. Ograbi Falls in the Northern Cape, in the middle of freaking nowhere. I didn't think anybody recognized me. Everybody. We're there, and and I'm walking around with my friend, Rob McGimsey, and Rob's like, hey, those people recognize you. I said, what do you mean? He said, look. And they're all like, yeah, and so they're too shy to say hi, but almost everybody at Okabe Falls recognized me. It was amazing. But then one group wasn't too shy at the door. We took a picture of about 6 people there. But yeah, so it's amazing that some people don't know who I am in South Africa. I mean, I've only been doing this forever, so yeah. Seems unreasonable that people can expect. Usually bookings for passports, it's how they can take 1 to 2 months. Okay. So selling all my spare clothes. Okay. Chris, I've left the group a few months ago, only on a smaller private group, half of which are already in USA, and leaving the other groups. Only being groups where it's admin. Yeah, there you go. Saw that with Kristen. Yeah, no, I do it every week. There's 1 or 2 weeks that we miss, but I do it all the time. Usually it appears on Sunday, but the last 2 weeks she's wanted to do it after the weekend. So, FG intake questionnaires on hold. Okay. Again, why are you printing the same thing you already printed? Please stop putting the same thing up there again. You're going to get blocked. I read your message. Stop seeking attention. Moving to USA between improving and culture. Okay. Kathy, it's a good advice from Daisy. An elderly friend went down some steps and fell and fractured his hip. Not in a good place now. Ow, that's a shame. Biokinetic says work well in hip and back after surgery. Okay, I don't know what those are, Anita. Social media promotion can go a long way, and having a website helps too. Wondering if I can help with some of my experience in websites, such better reach, no arm and leg. I'm not sure what you're getting at, Werner Kruger, but websites cost money, and they've got to be maintained. Domains cost money. If the refugees this side just do their part and start paying super chats, then you'll be okay. Well, Smiths, if refugees watch my videos on this side and watch the ads, I'll start making some serious money because I make about 8 times as much money from adverts in the U.S. as I do from South Africa. Chris, I have only 8 years. Feels like 15 at least. Huh? Christoph, what are you talking about? I've been doing this since 2019 or 2020. So 2020, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years in February. Went for unabridged birth certificate in January. We've never received a text to go collect. Oh, it's ready for collection. There you go, Captain Cap. I was 20 when we did an interview as a family together, and I'm 21 guessing it won't matter since the interview was completed when I was 20. I don't know, but I think you'll be fine. Food socks retails for about 50 around. There you go. That's what I said. And yeah, so Ilana. You went number 2. Here you go. Anybody can register patents. It doesn't. Patent does not work. You know, anybody can register patent. Foreigners register patents in America all the time. Yeah. Got rid of all our clutter. Some distant relatives got approved yesterday. Still waiting patiently. Okay. Okay. I'm glad you had a good idea. Hopefully you can make money off it. This chair is uncomfortable. All right, cool. So pretty chill tonight. People don't. I gotta crack my back, guys. Give me a second here. It's really killing me here. Oh. Damn. Get those discs separated. They're all jammed down together there. Oh, my internet disappeared on this laptop. Too many crickets. I'm not going to miss this stupid freaking internet here. Where are you going, Alto's Glory? You going to bed? Food Sock says a website, God's girl. What do you want to get in touch with them for? Tell me why you want to get in touch with them. I have direct line to the owner and founder. Yeah, that internet is down. It's not going anywhere. Yeah, I could use a massage. What keeps me awake? Not much really. You have medical and then you have an operation. I don't know how. Your medicals take hours. How can you do both those things? What do you want to get a hold of Food Socks for? You didn't answer my question. Who was that? God's girl. Okay, it looks like I'm connected again now. Or am I? Miss Angelique, no, I don't know how you do that. How are you going to do that? How are you going to get in touch with them? They don't answer the phone, so I don't know. How do you do that? When you schedule it, you should have not accepted the date for the medicals. You should tell them you had an operation. Offers doing your website, no charge. You've done so much for me and all. Well, the hosting's the problem. That's the event. The data is expensive. That's why I don't have a website. I used to have a website on GeoCities. I had a couple websites there because I didn't have to host it. It was free, and I built my own website there. Yeah, refugees keep me awake at all hours. Snippets, why do you want to send me a WhatsApp? I get that feeling old. We're not old. When you get busy and push doing a lot, you don't take care of yourself. Yeah, Sumery, that's true. I mean, the thing is that I mean, really the hip. It's I look. I'm not complaining, but it's a lot of effort because it's awkward walking and it puts twists and turns in the body that aren't normal. I don't have a normal gait. I'm a person who normally walks at about 3 times as fast as the average person, and that's a normal walk for me. That's not fast. We used to be able to speed walk, but I can't do that anymore. And walking like this takes a lot of effort, and also the hip gets caught occasionally. It hurts like hell. I have to stop for a second. Medicals, they had a TV running. Yeah, it was biz news. Are you serious? Are you serious? Even on bar, there was a biz news ad and I was on there. That's so funny. That's cool. It's good to be a celebrity. Hope you're having a good morning. 144. It's not 144, it's 11:44. How do you choose who to interview from the African refugees? I have not turned down any interview request. Every person that's offered to do an interview, I've done an interview with. Just not a lot of people offer. Now there are a lot of people in the queue waiting. Yeah, no, I don't discriminate. But I do like to get some variety, and I've done a pretty good job of that. I want to interview Indians and coloreds, and also want to interview the Stoltz and the Smith family because they've got adopted children, and their children are black. And in the case of the Stoltz family, they had a safe haven passport, and they had an autistic child. All the things that people said you couldn't do. You can't bring adopted kids. Blacks aren't involved in this program. You can't go there if you have a safe haven passport. That's all BS. And they're not poor people. They're not rich, but they're not poor. And, only poor people. It's utter nonsense. They're not farmers. They're urban dwellers. The guy repairs and builds pianos. Rehab in your town. Anita, I still have no idea what a biokinetic is. A meet and greet. I'm doing meet and greets all the time. I had a meet and greet on Sunday. We had a braai here in Vegas. Straight answers to my question as always. All right, Trekbor. I don't remember what your question was, but I'm glad I answered it. All right. Yeah, Tiny Players. I'm not in Pennsylvania. I'm in Las Vegas. Vegas, baby. You guys want to see the strip? Do you want to see the strip? You want me to take you out and show you the strip? I can go to the window. It's all Hawk and Joburg. Wow. How many at the braai? 25 or 30. Yeah, you can't change your medical date. Houston, Texas. The clock is 6 hours using the central time zone. All right, well, 2 people said yes. The rest of you sleeping on the question. So let's go to the window, and I'll show you the strip. Oh, come on. I have to put it right up against the window so you don't get the glare. All right. Okay, so on the left, that's Bellagio. Bellagio. Okay. Whoops. Oh, hang on a second. Hang on, the phone came off. It's not supposed to do that. Sorry about that. There we go. There we go. So Bellagio on the left, and then straight across Caesar's Palace. Okay. And then we go this way. So it's hard to see in the window. And over there you've got the Flamingo. And down there's a guitar that's being built. It's got some weird lights going up behind us, the Trump Tower. Oh, there goes the fountain. See the fountain? You can see the Bellagio fountain down there. Cool. I timed that well, didn't I? It's a really good show. It lasts about 5 minutes. I'm not going to stand there for 5 minutes. There you go. See the water coming up? That's super cool. They're out there working on it earlier today. I saw them. They had like a little boat that went out there. All right, that's enough. And we'll come back. Ouch. Hip. Ow. I hit the chandelier at my hat. Didn't notice it was that high. Anyway, so there you go. So that was the fountain's pretty cool. It's not a musical fountain now. Why is it quiet in my room? I don't know, because I could hear that over the weekend. That thing made a lot of noise but it's not going up the same level. It's a different show they got going. I do medicals November because I had a colonoscopy, says Charles. Okay. Perfect time and weather to be outside in Vegas. Now you're stuck talking to us. You're good, man. Actually, it is really nice out there. It was hotter and blazed this past few days, but today was overcast. It was nice. Am I from Texas? Am I from Texas? No, I'm not from Texas. I'm from all over the country. Yeah, all the lights are amazing. Also, are you still on Rumble? I thought. Yes, I'm still on Rumble, and I put something on there occasionally. No, my software says I can multi-stream. Every time I try to multi-stream, it plays games. I was going to try to stream on Facebook because I'm getting a following on Facebook. Let me see if I can load up Facebook. I had ignored Facebook the whole time, and then a few weeks ago in February, I started putting content on Facebook. I had 150,000 views on a video. I was like, well, this is worth my time. So let me go on Facebook now and see what's going on. Come on. What the hell? There we go. I have 12,000 followers now. I had 1,000 when I started doing this. So my latest video has 21,000 views. And there's 25,000, 51,000, 29, 15, 28, 28, 48,000, 31,000, 50,000, 84,000, 40,000, 65,000. See, that's just so, yeah, so pretty cool. Anyway, yeah. On the food socks, I was just curious how it works. I thought there's only people need. No. It's a business. It's a business. Food Socks sells this stuff. They created a charity to help people in need, and then Carl and I formed a partnership to help those who get screwed by the U.S. government having their flights canceled in a bind. Suddenly, everybody wanted me to feed them. I can't feed everybody. We had some generous donors, but Food Socks ate the first 16, 17,000 ran out of their pocket, and then I started asking people to donate money. And so far, my viewers have donated over 50,000 Rand to Food Socks to feed people. We are feeding, I don't know the exact numbers, but I'm going to guess we're feeding as much as 100 people, maybe more. Yeah, it's crazy. No need to apologize, God's girl. But they've got a website. You can just go look them up. Yep. Yeah, Vegas is interesting. It's a nice place to visit at least once. I've been here about 8 or 10 times now. Yeah, Food Socks are amazing. I think so. Laura Fenter sends her regards from Belleville. Well, hello to both of you. Belleville. That's the place where I interviewed Francois van Cook. Fuck off, Politica. Yeah, Francois. WhatsApp explains the WhatsApp. What does that mean, snippets? What does that mean? Well, somebody else needs to view the program. We have 666. There we go. 670 views. Yeah, I am still on Rumble, Tiny Players Rumble, but I don't do a lot with it. So I've got like 1,500 subscribers there. You have a brother that comes here often. Okay. Well, Vegas does sleep. In fact, the lights on the tower, they go off at certain after midnight on Sunday anyway. On Friday and Saturday, probably not, but yeah. Used to buy Food Socks, and he used it on the truck, just to add meat or veg with it. It's tasty and healthy. Yep. That's what I try to tell people. And then we had some woman who went into a Facebook group, and she attacked Carl van Blark and attacked me, my viewers. So what happened was that I asked people who had their flights canceled in February. I said, if you would like, we will arrange Food Socks so you don't have to waste your money, save your money. So when you get to the States, you still have a reserve of money. We'll get you food for free. We'll have it shipped and delivered to you. It's nutritious. You're welcome to it. And some asshole of a lady went into one of these Facebook groups and says, oh, these people are unbelievable. I asked for help because my flight was canceled, and they offered me Food Socks. I wouldn't feed that to my dog. And the whole thing's a scam. They're just trying to make money. I'm like, you ignorant bitch. I'm trying to make money. We're doing this out of the goodness of our heart. And Carl van Blark didn't ask for a penny. He spent 17,000 Rand before I even started getting money to support this. And the money goes all to feed these people. What a rude person. And for those who've eaten Food Socks, they said Food Socks are tasty and quite good. It's made from soy. I wouldn't feed that to my dog. Well, you know what? I don't need people like that coming to America. I hope that she removes her intake questionnaire, or they don't let her come over, because I don't need idiots like that coming to this country. Whiny, privileged little shits. Sorry, I just got started. You're welcome. You go back and watch my video from a couple nights ago. I walked on the strip and we got about what? How many minutes was that before the guy said you can't have a tripod here? And I looked it up. I looked up the ordinances. I can't have a tripod. He can shove it up his rectum. Trying to tell me I can't have a tripod. What a jackass. But I was tired anyway, so it was time to end it. So when was that? It's the first night. Um, it's a short one. Yeah, live on the strip, 25 minutes. Yeah, Chris Wyatt is live from the Vegas Strip. Yeah, I did it for 25 minutes. Yep. Make sure this is the one. So let me see. Come on.
Get you copyright strike, but I'm standing in front of Caesar's Palace. Just behind me is Bellagio, where they're pumping out the music, and then the nightclubs across the strip. Did promise you I'd bring you a little live from the strip, so here we are. And, you know, they say that Vegas is in trouble here, that things are going down, but I got to tell you, it's still pretty hectic. Lots of traffic out here. A lot of people out here running around for this time of night. Take a look down here. Look at all those people running around down there.
Yeah, anyway, so yeah, I did that. So yeah, worst Ponzi scheme in the world. Food sucks his way all its profits. Yeah. Well, look, don't get me wrong. The company makes money. They have a heartfelt food stuff like that. That's the charity that's associated with it. But yeah, it's there to make money. But they do donate a lot of stuff. Cowboy style really suits you, and that hat looks pretty high quality. It is. Thank you all in one space. I like this hat. I'm yeah. Truly hungry, anything tastes nice. I know that feels. Some people are just spoiled. They are. They're just arrogant assets. To denigrate a humanitarian gesture by someone, and then to be rude and disrespectful to me and to my moderators because they told me to do. We didn't tell you to do anything. We didn't ask you. We made the offer available, and you were a rude little turd and went and insulted and defamed the company. So yeah, I got pissed. I went there and said something. They blocked Carl, and I said, "You go ahead and block me." You want to block me? You want to find out how many people I tell how bad your group is? They didn't block me. They left my comment up there. Yep, and then they talked to me. Emerald City Refugees off to bed. All right, well, I'll be headed to bed in a little while, so. Please, Sherman Bernie, that straw tatters. Huh? Straw tatters. What are you talking about? Oh, I hope they do go without food. I hope they know what hunger's like. I don't care for arrogant people and entitled, rude little pricks. Ingrid, it wasn't easy. Thank you for recognizing that. Yeah, wandering through the crowd with my hip, carrying the tripod, trying to keep you informed as I went, trying to avoid the music. Yeah, it was not so easy. So thank you for recognizing that. Yeah, we should start a cult. Give them something to report about. That's a good one. I hadn't thought about that. Maybe we should start a cult. That's funny. You guys are killing me, man. You guys are killing me. Just busy week. Oh, I'm not going to destroy that straw hat. That straw cowboy hat costs more than this hat did. Even though this is better quality than that one. That thing costs too much money. I'm not destroying that. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, now I've got my wool in here. Yes, Charles is in Umbas and Toady. Oh yeah, Dire Straits. I have all kinds of haters. I have rude people, who are disrespectful, people who assault me, people who lie about me on other channels, people who lie about what I say about them. It's just comical. There's one person in particular that goes around misleads people about what he does in life and who he is, and then claims I said things about him and I never did. It's just whatever. Stupid people are out there. Best case where we were stuck after they stopped food stamps. My caseworker has been of great help and good. Well, and I'm going to talk tomorrow interview with the director of a refugee agency here in Las Vegas, whom I spent about 4 hours with today. He agreed to do the interview. I had to just make sure that it was okay legally for him to do it. And so we're going to talk tomorrow. And one of the things they do, I said, that poor kid up there in Erie who his caseworkers just dumped all over him and left him to his own devices. I said, I went and researched and found a food bank within 900 meters of him. I called the food bank and I asked if they would be able to provide food. And they said yes. And he walked there, and then I guess they gave him a ride and brought him back box after box of box, bag after bag of groceries. So he had some food. This is something the caseworker should have done. Here, they give every refugee a page of all the food banks and the addresses and the phone numbers. Yep, that's how it should be. It's effed up how she acted over soy food. I grew up a lot of times. Yeah, I know, Jock. Some people are just assholes. And she should never come to America. I hope she doesn't get here. Yep. No, it doesn't feel sweaty. I'm comfortable. Yep. Yeah, Elena Unger, but it doesn't matter that it's soy-based because you can add meat to it. You can supplement it and make it go further by adding some chicken or adding some beef, whatever you want. Civilian service is not military service. USA claim service in military air force is a big no and no, disrespectful. Yeah, that's correct. And there are things that aren't military, like, for instance, merchant marine is not military, and the Civil Air Patrol is not military. They wear uniforms and they have ranks like the Air Force. I know I was in the Civil Air Patrol, but that's not Air Force. Tiny Players Rumble. I have no idea who you're talking about. I mean, all kinds of people make those stories up. I have no idea. No, I haven't heard about any family in New York. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, I don't know that one. Alrighty, guys. So let me see what I had here. I think I pulled a few things up I want to cover really quickly here. I haven't got to them yet. Oh yeah, millions of Americans are eligible for Canadian citizenship. Well, good. Go to Canada. Makro had their store power cut off for a 1.8 million delinquent electricity bill, but they paid their bill. By the way, the Johannesburg Stock Exchange is collapsing. Yep. Yeah, it's just plummeting like a rock. Yep. It's gone from one of the best performing equity markets in last year to being on course to the biggest monthly slump since 2008 global financial crisis. It's down 14% in March. Yep. Things are not looking good there. Senzom Kuno returns despite being accused of criminal activity and now is back on the National Executive Committee for the ANC. Surprise, surprise. There is no diesel at 143 petrol stations as pre-hike rush overwhelms logistics. Yep. On Monday, 143 service stations were without diesel in their tanks and 136 without petrol across to South Africa. Demand is 3 times higher than usual. People are probably hoarding fuel, that's why. Yep. So, and they're also buying before the prices go up. So people are out of fuel because of that. So what happens when you have a price controlled by the government? You just get this strange things that happen, never should happen. So did you hear that the 2 billion rand World Cup stadium in Nelson Mandela Bay leaks 54 million a year that ratepayers have to pay? Yep, the thing only makes 20 million rand a year, and its cost are 74 million. It's a white elephant. Waste your time dedicating your efforts to play. We appreciate. You're very welcome. Happy to do it. Now where did I put my browser at? There it is. Okay. Kernels everywhere. People know this, but I was one of the first 3 food stocks resellers. I didn't know that. I think the refugee system is effective with lefties who got government jobs and try to manipulate the system. Maybe. All right, guys. I need to get to bed now, though. Okay. Tomorrow I've got the interview. I've got to check out of the hotel, and then I've got to run around. Yep. So I wish the interview was in the afternoon. That way I could have stayed here till noon, and I could have left the car and walked around. But now I've got to leave the building and take the car out. So, yep. Hope you get some good rest, Chris. Night, America. Say have a good. All right, guys. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Be well. Cheers. God bless. Be sure to hit the like button. Thanks for the super chats, everybody. I was surprised by the super chats tonight. Cheers.